So I launched a brand new product in a completely new market. And if you guys have been watching the channel for a little while now, you know that I've been struggling hard with Chinese sellers and especially with Chinese hijackers. And in this video, I'm going to show you the most powerful way to get rid of hijackers within 24 hours. This is stuff that I haven't seen anywhere else, and it works 99.9% of the time. In the last 30 days, I've actually had zero problems with any hijackers using this method. So let's dive into it and I'll show you exactly what to do. So here we are on the computer, and this is not going to be the classic cease and desist letter. I'm not going to send you any templates for that. That does work probably around 5 to 10% of the time now. A lot of the hijackers know that this is just an empty threat at this point. But I would still recommend you go into their storefront, you send them the cease and desist and see what happens. In the meantime though, I'm also going to show you what you should be doing. Now, before we do dive into this, you're going to need, first of all, to know what hijackers are so you can properly identify them. So the first thing is, let's say, for an example, in this video, we're going to use this one. It's a jade roller called Maticos or Maticos. As you can see here, Maticos is the one selling the product. So I would assume that's the, the store, brand name of the person who created the product. Then when you go into, the sold by, you can see that there's actually two different other sellers. There's Makara 907 and Harule, okay? Now there's also, this is a perfect example because this method I'm going to show you how to get rid of hijackers now works both for FBM sellers like this one and FBA sellers like this one. So the first thing you want to do when you get a hijacker is you can send that the cease and desist letter, no problem. The second thing you want to do is you actually want to purchase the product. Now this can be a problem, right? Because if you've been around the Amazon space for a while, you probably know that people tell you buy the product, wait for the product to come in, start taking pictures so you can show Amazon the differences between your product and the counterfeit product that's trying to steal your sales here on the listing. So that can be a problem if you're dealing with FBM sellers, because as you can see here, the delivery is going to be between August 13th and August 30th. And until you get this product with that old method, you just have to sit there and wait as this person continues to steal your sales before you can actually report them. That's not going to be the case in this video, so stick around. This one right here, with FBA, it can be a little bit easier because look, it's going to come here in 2 days. That's no problem. That's more simple to deal with. I'm going to show you again how to deal with both of them. So this strategy actually needs something called brand registry. If you are not brand registered, this is not going to work. But the good news is you can use IP Accelerator, which is this thing right here. If you just type in on Google IP Accelerator, Amazon IP Accelerator, you'll be able to get a brand registry with Amazon within 1 to 2 weeks. It does cost between $700 and $1,000, depending on which law firm you do it with. The truth is though, if you are making sales and you're worried about losing sales, you're going to need brand registry anyways. So if you have problems with hijackers, go ahead, spend the money on this. First of all, it's going to get rid of your hijackers. It's going to give you a bunch more other tools that you can use to grow your business as well. So you can either use IP Accelerator, you can get started with, this is through Amazon, or you can use another one here, which is my Amazon guy. I've heard of, good things from this person, from this company. And I'm not affiliated with them whatsoever. You can go ahead there and I guess try their stuff. I think they're cheaper and potentially faster. So just do your own research on that. I've heard good things. So once you are brand registered, which can take about a week to 2 weeks to get your brand registry with Amazon, what you're going to want to do, so, if you are having hijackers, just do that now. If you're not, but you're worried in the future, then just start this process now so you're ready to use this method, whenever these, inevitably it's going to happen to you at some point, especially if your product is successful. So once you do get brand registered, you're going to see that you have a registered brand with Amazon. What you do to get here is just type in brandregistry.amazon.com and it will, you log in and it will kind of be your brand registry dashboard. What you're going to want to do at this point is, let's assume now you have a hijacker you want to get rid of. You go to protect, then report a violation. And once you're here, what you're going to want to do is obviously pick the correct, like if you're selling in the US, amazon.com, canada.ca, etc., right? So in this case, let's assume that we are Maticos, this person, and we want to get rid of these hijackers here that are potentially stealing our listing by winning the buy box. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in our brand name. So it's going to be Maticos, and then just type in your product, Jade Roller, to be more specific. So as you can see here, here's the exact product that comes up. This is, let's say, assume our product. You can see that, all images, all images there. And then you can see all the offers here as well. Now, in this case, because I'm not Maticos, it allows me to actually report Maticos. You can click here to report, which person you want to report. If it is your listing, you're not going to be able to report yourself, so that's the good news. So make sure you're picking the hijackers that you want to report. I would probably do it one at a time. In this case, there's two, but I do one at a time. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is that before you even do that process, what you want to do is you want to actually log into your seller's account, the one that's actually the one for your seller's account on your Amazon page. Then what you want to do is you want to go to your hijackers and you actually want to purchase your hijacker. So whether it be this one or this one, in this case, you want to buy both of them. So let's assume we bought this one, Harule, okay? So you buy that one on your actual seller's account. So you keep that as a note because we're going to need it in a second. I'm also going to show you, if you stick around, how to actually get the money back for that later. So even if it costs you a lot of money, just buy it because there's a way to get that back, especially if you do it quickly. So let's say we purchased that. Let's say we purchased the Harule one. Now I'm going to show you all the options and the steps to do this. So the first one is patent infringement. We're not really going to use this one unless you have a patent, for your product. Usually you won't, so I'm not even going to dive into there. Don't click patent infringement unless you have one. But the one that we do have is trademark infringement, and that's the one that's most likely to be accepted by Amazon as an infringement. So we're going to click on trademark infringement. Now, as you're going to see here, there's a couple options. So the first one is a product is counterfeit. Now that's probably the real one that you want to be selecting, because if someone's selling your product and you haven't sold to them directly, most likely it's a counterfeit product, and they're just selling under your listing, which 99.9% of hijackers do. So product is counterfeit. Now the problem is, if you are just brand registered, what's going to be happening is, you have a brand registered with Amazon, but that's not enough, because to be able to use the counterfeit tool here to report people, your trademark actually needs to be valid. So aka, it needs to not be pending, it needs to be fully accepted. And that has nothing to do with Amazon, that has to do with the USPTO in the US to basically confirm your trademark. Now, once your trademark is confirmed, you'll be able to use this. The only problem is the trademark can take 6 to 8 to 10 months to actually be accepted. Now, in the meantime, there are other ways to get people off your listing. If you already have a completely valid trademark, that's a super easy way to do it. Now, what I do, because for this product, for this brand, my trademark is not approved yet, it's still pending. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on a product or its packaging has my trademark on it. Once you click that, that's when you'll go to which brand trademark. You're going to click your trademark that you have. Then it's going to ask you, and this is where you're going to need that order number for the product that you just purchased. It's going to say, have you bought the product and confirmed that the trademark is on it? We're going to say yes, even though it's a lie because you just bought it. In my opinion, we're going to do some lying here, just because if someone is selling your product illegally on your listing, they're already cheating, they're already lying, they're already stealing from you, because you started that product, you started that brand, you started that listing, you did all the work, and they're coming in there and they're lying to Amazon to tell them that they have the exact same product as you. Now, to have the exact same product as you, they have to have your exact brand name, they have to have your exact SKU, your exact ASIN, your exact everything, which is not true, okay, for 99.9% of these hijackers. So in this case, in my opinion, totally fine to lie. That's what I do. So listen, might not be fully terms of service compliant with Amazon, but neither is their hijacking. So this is what you'll do. So you say, yes, I've already confirmed. This is where you're going to put the order number. That's why you want to have it on your seller's account, right? Because what they're going to do is they're going to look at who reported it, and they're going to look at if you purchased from them before. So what's funny is, even though it's going to say that it's still in shipment, a lot of the times people are going to miss it, and they're just going to accept your complaint because they see that you have actually placed an order with the product. So just put the order number there, and then this is where the key comes in. So it says, please provide information to help us understand your issue. Here, this is a great example. So it says, we disassembled the product and have confirmed it's not authentic. We did not make this product in the color blue. The packaging does not have our logo in the correct place. What I like to do is, if you can do something similar to this, it would be perfect, right? So what I like to do is I say, something along the lines of, we received the product, we disassembled it, and we've noticed that, for example, you can just make stuff up. I just sometimes make stuff up. I say, the color of the metal is actually silver, not gold. We only make our products in gold. It also doesn't come with an authentication, what is this called? Pamphlet. And the logos are in the wrong place on both the packaging and on the unit itself. Now, literally something like that is perfect. That's all you really need for there. Even if, again, you didn't really get it, you didn't really confirm it, write something along those lines. Use this as the perfect example. So if you can do something similar to that, that's exactly what's going to work the most. Then you click submit. And that's basically that. It can take a couple hours for Amazon to see it. They're not always going to accept it. I would say probably 50-50 chance or maybe 30% chance they're going to accept it. But if they don't accept it, all you have to do is you have to keep sending in complaints. Keep sending in complaints. Eventually somebody will accept it. It might take a day or 2 days. Sometimes the shortest it's taken me was like 20 minutes. So when this happens, they kick off the hijacker instantly and the issue is gone. They get banned from selling on your listing. Now, sometimes this won't work. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you again a different option. So Deco's Jade Roller. If that doesn't work, what we then can do is we can go to, let's say we're reporting this person, and you go to select issue, and we're going to go to copyright infringement. So in this one, what we do is we say the exact same thing basically, but we're going to go to, and again, I try both of these, right? I try the first one, I try the second one, whichever option I can get. If it doesn't go through, I'll try the next one, right? And you just go on rotation to do trademark. If not trademark, then I do the physical, has pirated packaging. If that doesn't work, I go to the next one, and that's it. That's pirated, and I just keep rinsing and repeating. It's all about, persistence and continuing to report the people. So I'll do this one, for example. Then it's going to say, provide the following information. I always write link to copyrighted work, and this is where it's really, really helpful if you have a website. If you have a website, pop your website in here. If you don't, you can also pop your socials on there. A really good one that works for us is a Pinterest. If you have a Pinterest with pictures on there, your branding, all that stuff, Pinterest has worked really well for us in the past. So put in your Pinterest thing. So if you don't want to create a whole website, just create a Pinterest with you put in 20 posts in there, have it look pretty good, set your Pinterest website in here. Then you say, have you bought it? You say yes. Order number, that's where you put that order number. And then on the provide more information, you provide the same stuff as before, but you got to gear it to this complaint that you're actually putting in this time. So that's how you do that. Now again, if I go to, after that, you can go to monitor and submission history. And what you're going to do here is you're going to see your previously reported, things. So as you can see, we have one that it says not accepted, not accepted, not accepted, under additional review, not accepted, not accepted, under review. So the truth is, because this is not a real complaint, it's actually gonna show up as not accepted most of the time. Now, you only need it to show up accepted once. So basically what happens is, for this one, for example, it actually did get accepted. So it accepted it, it banned the person from selling it, and then either they have additional reviews or something like that, and then it goes to maybe additional review, and what happens is it'll change to not accepted. I've seen this happen with my own eyes. I saw it say accepted, the person got removed from my listing, and then 2-3 hours later, I came back just to double check, and it said not accepted, but the person was still off my listing. So basically, this is how you do this. Again, I don't know how long this will last. I think this is a super powerful tool. If you did enjoy this, or if you learned something, please leave a like down below. If this works for you, leave a comment down below, letting people know if it's working or not. Again, remain persistent, and subscribe to the channel for more content from myself, for more awesome tips and tricks like this. Also check the first link in the description if you want to learn how I went from 0 to 30,000 per month plus with my new Amazon brand in 4 or 5 months. Whole kind of process is down there below. Whether you're a completely new seller or you're super advanced at this point, the program and the mentorship is meant to meet you where you are and then upgrade your skills from there. So that's pretty much it for me. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.